Hello there, this is Reece Russell, and you're watching the weekly Steelchair.
It's my life in the box in front of me. Taking talk in my arms is the soul of me. You walk by, ask to see me late face
Okay, here we are. We have concluded the A block in the G1 today. But before we get into that, we're going to review the nights 13 and 14 that we had before that. And then we've also got something very, very special for all of you after this review is done. And I know Reece has spent a lot of time, he spent a lot of time coming up with what we've got planned for you. And I hope that you will enjoy it when we get there now.
Yes, we do. Hello, everybody. It was good to see you. Well, what do you think of the new intro? Whole new transition is perfect. Thank you to my friend Nathan, who I've tagged in the video, and I've also on the community tab, because we have a new video and we also have a new outro. Shall I play it and tease it for everybody, or shall we wait till the very end? Shall we get a quick teaser in the chat, or leave till the end? What do we think?
It's all down to you, chat.
It is up to the chat. Thank you, Fernando. That's part one. Excellent intro. It means a lot. Thank you. Be prepared. Very auspicious words. Absolutely. Auspicious is a great choice. Okay, let's tease this video. So you've got your outro. So your intro. Here is your outro video. Tell me what y'all think. And today, our time comes to an end. This has been another exciting stream. Thank you very much for watching. And also, remember, if you get cracked over the head with a steel chair, you're not going to get concussion. You're just going to come back here. Goodbye.
It's my life in the box in front of me. Taking talk in my arms is the soul of me. You walk by, ask to see me late face
I like that. I like that a lot.
Thank you. I did a little bit of little stuff. Like I literally, I was at physio and I was thinking about shit on the way back. I was like, I really want to make some changes to the intro and the outro. And I phoned up my friend and I was like, dude, I want to do some stuff, but I want to add like a little bit of personal. I want to add the new thumbnail at the very end. I've got the software he uses on the PC now. So we can do a lot of good edits ourselves. We can add like ourselves from our New Japan stuff, like all those stuff. So we're going to do all that. But I wanted to add in like a little like snippet bit of fun shit. So out of the blue, random, didn't prepare it. I just said, if you get hit over the head with a steel chair, you're not going to get a concussion. You're just going to come back here.
No, it makes sense.
It's just brilliant. Yeah. So that's
like,
your new
like
intro.
It's like it's the right kind of corny that's not cringe.
Exactly. That's what I was going for. And it fits well. And I'm really glad. So I hope you guys all like it. And thank you for saying you wanted a teaser. So there you go. Your new intro and outro for the channel. And we will add some things throughout. But for the moment, that's the one. And all I'm going to say is I fucking love it. And to credit to my friend Nathan, because we sat and discussed it for about 35, 40 minutes, something like that. And we just got through the whole thing and thought we'd make it sequential and fun and relative to the channel. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't think I can add much more to that. I think it's a nice addition. And I think that everyone will love it as well.
I certainly hope so. Thank you, Fernando. That means a lot. And the whole enchilada is exactly what I'm aiming for, Zodiac. So thank you. But over to you, boss man.
Yeah, is there anything else that you want to add before we get into this?
we have at the very end a special little topic for everybody, and we would love to get your participation on it. And it's something that I just randomly messaged on the back of something that me and Josiah were talking about the other night, and I was like, well, maybe they should do this. And we've actually kind of stumbled across a storyline that might actually be the first in a long time that New Japan would have done. That's different. So there's a little spoiler for everybody. So yeah, unfortunately, we do have a bit of unfortunate news as well. Well, two bits of news. One, Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux have been moved to the alumni section of the WWE roster and the website, so they're officially fucking done. I told you all it was going to happen. Sorry. And the second one is apparently the bloodline is still nowhere near complete, so we've all got to suffer this some more. So, sigh. But we are here not to talk about that. We're here to talk about tournament wrestling. And I'll leave up to my man on the side to kick us off the festivities.
Okay, so for the first night that we're going to be reviewing, we have Callum Newman versus Taichi.
We do.
We have Bolton Oleg versus Evil. We have Sonar Truth versus Tanahashi.
Our favorite name.
I'm not going to let that go, especially now that our Truth has gone back to being a comedy act. We then had Yuya Uemura versus Ryohei Oiwa.
Loved that match.
And then the main event was David Finlay versus Yota Tsuji.
Yeah. That's going to be quite a discussion, I think.
I think so. We're getting into the first match, Taichi and Callum Newman.
Yeah, can I describe it briefly what I thought of it?
Yeah.
Absolute kickfest.
Yes.
But I loved one particular part of the match, and I know you're going to bring up, but I loved the sheer disrespect from Callum.
Yep.
Like that was the best part of the whole entire block matches, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not Bolton, but yeah. There's something far worse than Bolton in this show, unfortunately, we have to disclose tonight.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a load of kicks, as you said. It was a kick fest of a match. And then there was again Callum Newman's opponents working on his injured back that he's had throughout the whole tournament.
Yeah.
And then the moment that you mentioned, which if you didn't see, it was, so I think it was Taichi kicked Callum Newman in the back, and then he gets up and immediately spits in Taichi's face.
Yeah, and he rips his tights off, like out of anger. He's like, well, if you're gonna go for my back, then I'm gonna deny you your moment. And I thought that was excellent. Like, that was really well done, because you know that Taichi loves to strip, so this felt good to just rob him of that moment, which very rarely happens as well.
And then after that, Taichi then went to rip off the back tape that Callum Newman had.
Yeah, Taichi chose immediately responsive violence. Taichi's like, screw you, mate, you're done. And again,
this was actually quite a quick match, because after this, it was pretty much they got on towards pretty much the ending sequence.
Yeah,
which was a backdrop driver, then Callum Newman doing some body shots and then doing his double foot stomp.
Yep, landed.
Then going for the Oscar again, which he didn't get.
Yeah, he got one, but not the other.
Yeah, and then Taichi hit a burning lariat, and then Callum Newman did his Frankensteiner again, which he's got a very good one. And then he hit the Prince's Curse to eliminate Taichi from the tournament.
Yeah, the the demise of Tai Chi was settled in this night on Friday night. The reality, of course, is Tai Chi wasn't supposed to be in the tournament anyway, so it kind of seemed like it was inevitable that he was going to get removed. But it's just unfortunate that he's had to be eliminated now when actually I think he should have potentially got through because he was actually making the tournament exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's a debate about should he go through or should he not, but I actually think the way Tai Chi actually got into the tournament after he was just put in as an exception, he actually made the matches exciting. Like, I don't think across the whole tournament, but block phase, you could say Tai Chi had a bad match. I think all his matches were consistently good.
And I actually feel like in these kind of tournament matches, even though you have like your set like winners and things like that, I feel like for all the people that aren't going to win, I feel like the matches they have should kind of make you have to change like who goes through and
flip the script,
because obviously it's not going to affect who wins in the end. It's just like substituting who you planned to get through to who deserves to go through.
I agree. You should you should be aiming to flip the script.
Yeah. And I really liked, and again, Callum Newman has been very impressive in this tournament, and again in this match, and then in his last match, which we'll talk about when we get to night 15, I think he was very impressive in both.
Yeah, I think as the tournament's progressed, he has grew into the tournament, and he's certainly taken each match seriously.
Yeah,
and that's a good sign of someone in the years to come.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be a world champion, but I think just based on these performances alone, I think you could safely say that Callum Newman has a shout of being a very good global champion if he gets to hold it.
Yeah. And I also think that now, after him having to do the playoffs to get in for the last 2 years, I definitely feel like we're at a point where next year Callum Newman will just be in the G1 and he won't have to qualify.
I agree, yeah.
And as for Tai Chi, I would want to say the same for him as well, but obviously because of his age, I don't know what they'll do with that there.
Yeah, I think they need to start looking at younger talent in a much more positive way, and maybe not in the sense stop the veterans from competing, but they should start limiting how many veterans can compete.
Yeah.
And it'll allow the younger talent to try and shine and show that they can take the company to the next level. Because if they can't, then what is the point in the first place? You're just going to keep rewarding veterans with title shots.
I said yesterday, I think I said on the last show that the only 3 over 40s that should be allowed to compete in this tournament are Goto, Taichi, and Shingo.
Yeah, I agree. Because Great-O-Khan ruins the tournament every time he's in it. Tomohiro Ishii not being in it is a
Great-O-Khan's not even that old. He's still in his mid to late 20s.
Exactly. That's why I still wouldn't even put him in, because he moves like he's in his 40s. But yeah, I agree with those 3 100%.
Yeah. Well, other than that, I don't really have much. Yeah. It was a good match, but
I only have one name praise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they overdone the kick fest though. I feel like over reliance on the kicks took away the match flow a little bit. But apart from that, I did enjoy the match. I think this was Callum's best match by far as well, in terms of being able to show signs of a character or even some personality traits where he can be a little bit disrespectful and he can actually get away with it. I feel like Tai Chi's shown some vulnerability as well. After being disrespected, shows the marks of a good veteran who can react well, and that shows to me that Callum Newman is someone you can trust going forward, and you can also stand by Tai Chi and going, yeah, you're older, but you're actually completely valid. And the good thing about him, unfortunately, we know his knees are particularly bad as well, but unlike Tanahashi, he actually takes better care of his knees. So we know that Tai Chi can continue to compete in the G1 more regularly, which is good because the sense of Tai Chi will need to step up and be a main veteran of the tournaments, since Tanahashi will retire at the end of this one and obviously the end of start of 2026.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right. I don't really have much more to add on that. But then I will also say that Taichi, like the only thing I will say about Tanahashi is his knees, with his offense, his knees were always going to take a beating.
Yeah.
But I think it's just stubbornness that's not allowed him to like move away from that offense because he's so well known for
Yeah,
it.
he was stuck in his ways, unfortunately.
Yeah. And this is something that clearly hasn't changed.
I agree.
But yeah, any more thoughts on this match, Ian?
Not much else really. I'm actually glad that this was the opening match from the blocks anyway. I think if this had been further down the line, I think it would have been maybe have lost in the shuffle. But I really enjoyed this one, and it was the right choice. And I liked that even though it was a kick fest, it was the right kind of kick fest.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on to the next match, we have to talk about Evil versus Bolton Olegi.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I don't know what you think, but for me, this was Evil's best match of the tournament
Well,
so
for
far.
what
In
for
my,
what for what an Evil match is, yes.
Mhm. I actually really liked the pacing of the match. And I know,
Yeah.
obviously, considering what we have in the main event, I'm going to make an argument that this actually, in my opinion, should have been the main event match. I
I
like the
would
main
still
event, but
I would still disagree on that because I would say that Oiwa versus Uemura should have been the main event.
that was really good as well. Like, that was really enjoyable. Like, the thing is, that the consistency of the whole show, I actually liked this whole night. I think this whole night of action re- really gave us what we wanted. My only concern, though, is considering it was an evil match and Bolton obviously did adapt really well. It's
Hmm.
Are we still getting the value from Evil in terms of like can he now
Yeah,
change up his style? Because what we learned on the next, obviously, which was today, we know exactly how well Evil can wrestle when Evil actually sticks to his word, as
yeah.
we sort of speak. And yeah, it was Fernando. It was a well balanced show, 100%. But I really like this, and I especially loved how Bolton Oleg responded to every little bit of micromanagement of taking the piss that Evil incorporated.
Yeah.
He
And it
reacted
started
really well.
and it started from the beginning with Dick Togo assaulting Bolton while he made his entrance.
That's true. He has regressed a little bit, Fernando, but I think the difference is Evil's actually one of the lucky talents where regression isn't extremely noticeable.
Yeah.
Like
Because
he's blessed in that way.
all of his matches are the same, you kind of just get used to it and kind of think that this is just how he is.
Yeah, but it was really good. But yeah, Dick Togo
Yeah.
obviously being the preliminary pain in the arse from the off was an
Yeah.
expectation that I'm happy with.
And then Farley and Evil eventually joined in the attack.
Yeah,
And then they got into the ring and the bell was rung and Evil locked in the Darkness Scorpion and Oleg barely managed to get to the ropes.
yeah,
But,
I
but
love
then
that.
but this pretty much ruled this pretty much decided the match that Evil was winning this because
Mhm.
Oleg basically didn't get to do much after this.
He didn't, and I will say, and this is something that's very rare. It's nice to see Evil. Absolutely, Maria. Absolutely solid indeed. It was nice to see Evil from the off go straight away for the Darkness Scorpion
Yeah,
because it's very rare that you see a champ like a former world champion in a tournament center, any high profile match, go for like a submission finisher from the off. Like
yeah,
you very rarely saw Brett do that or Kurt Angle. You very rarely saw Samoa Joe do that. Like it's so rare, but it's so niche, and it
yeah,
actually makes the concept of the match better. So I actually love that he went, fuck Bolton. I'm going to remind him what he's got in store if he dares test me. And he locks in Darkness Scorpion straight away. And I love the fact he used it just to hurt him. Not to win. He done it just to hurt him. Loved it. Great strategy.
Yep. And then after this, they went around ringside and into the crowd as they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came back, and then they came back into the ring, and Ole kind of had control. And it looked like he was gonna go for the kamikaze to win the match, but he kind of like had a misstep and he bumped the ref. And then this led to the House of Torture getting involved again and like wearing him down. And then Dick Togo goes out and brings in a table, which is very rare for a G1. He brings the table into the ring and then has Farley splash him through the tables.
He sold that splash like he'd been shot with a shotgun.
Yep.
Like, it was really well done.
Yep. And then we saw the Evil, and that was the end of the match, surprisingly, which again was very short.
Yeah. I'm happy with that though. I feel like if they had gone long together, I think it would never have allowed Bolton to really, because the one thing that's not happened to Bolton yet, in my opinion, in the entire block phase, is Bolton hasn't been tested in terms of being properly bitched by someone.
Yeah.
And Evil bitched him. Like, I love that it wasn't a squash. It wasn't a squash or anything. But for me, it felt like you're still a young lad. Yes, you're the never openweight champion, but you haven't been properly tested yet. And you've just been tested by somebody who's a former Intercontinental and World Heavyweight Champion. And he has absolutely mugged you to bits. And I'm like, the next time they wrestle, it's going to be about 20 minutes and Bolton is going to slap him about.
Yeah.
So whoever planned this match out, I don't know if it was Gedo or anything else, but whoever would have been the one who planned this match out, fair fucks to them, because it was excellent.
Yeah. And I also feel like the pre-match attack kind of, in a way, it cut the match in half. You're like, it's almost like at that point the match had been going on for 10 minutes already, and they just did that attack as a way to like fast forward what we would usually see from an Evil match.
I agree. I completely agree, and that's what for me makes it more special.
Yeah. Yeah, so what do you see with Bolton and Evil going forwards, with obviously what's happened now today?
I definitely see Evil 100% now. Evil is winning the G1.
Yeah.
Like that, we already thought before the tournament that Evil potentially could win, because it would be a good way to stick it to Tanahashi on his final Wrestle Kingdom, that Evil wins the G1 and wins the championship.
Yeah, especially with what he did today to Tanahashi as well.
Absolutely. And even by Friday night and now today, it's further cemented that Evil is definitely not only the best position to win it, but despite what people think or feel about him, Evil actually deserves to win. Like, he actually, in my opinion, he actually deserves it, because he's maintained not just the wrestling perspective, but he's maintained the character work. He's maintained the presentation of himself and also the House of Torture, when, quite frankly, nobody wants to see it as much anymore. He's maintaining them as relevant, and he's still got them as such a prized heel faction that they actually stand out as a heel faction, because nobody fucking cheers for them.
Yeah.
They are genuinely hated, and it is so good. And I praise that. Like, I'm actually really glad, and I hope Evil wins the G1, and whoever he's up against, I hope he wins in the middle of the ring with a Darkness Scorpion.
But yeah, and I also wanted to think, what about Bolton? Like, how do you think his like path goes from here?
Well, we know obviously where Bolton stands now in terms of the tournament, which we're obviously going to cover very, very shortly, because we have to do that from today's action. But if you look at Bolton in general, considering the tournament, and obviously I've got the standings for everybody, I'll bring them up later on. Considering where Bolton finished in the group phase, the block phase, he's proven to me that he is going to have a big match at Wrestle Kingdom for the Never Openweight title. And I think he's actually going to get an extended run. And I think he will still be champion by the G1 next year.
Wow. So like all in one
and
ring.
I hope so. I hope so, yeah. I think the way he's proven himself, like, it'd be crazy to take that title off him. And it'd be crazy to do it when there's actually nobody better fit to take that championship yet. I think you can have him really develop himself. And I think the natural progression is Never Openweight Global World Champion. And I do see him holding all 3 singles gold. I really do.
I think so as well. Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I agree with that.
What do you think about Bolton?
Pretty much, I agree.
He does deserve it, Fernando. Yeah.
And I would also go as far as to say next year he's going to get out of the blocks in the G1 next.
I think he'll be in the quarterfinal positions as a progression. But I agree. I think he's going to. All depends on who's in his block, though. That's the only thing. But he was excellent, and as good as well about his performances as he's definitely not in this tournament to make up numbers. But he definitely stood out as somebody that you wouldn't think of as a statistic in this tournament. Like, he's really shown himself. And Bolton Oleg, I said it before the tournament started, he is one of the guys I said when the tournament starts, keep a close eye on him. If you've never watched New Japan before, but you're starting to, I said if you watch Bolton Oleg, you're in for a surprise. And it's because of how good he is in the ring.
Yeah.
Which obviously you already know, which is even better. So it makes our conversation so much easier. But we said Bolton straight away, and we've been rewarded as fans. 100%. We've been rewarded as fans.
So those were 2 very short matches, and then we have a hat trick of short matches here because we had the absolute joke that was Sanada Truth versus Tanahashi.
This was awful.
Yeah. I honestly, the match was so short.
This was awful.
The match was so short, I don't actually have anything to say about it apart from Tanahashi won with a roll-up.
Yeah, he wins with a roll-up. He's now on 101 G1 wins.
Yeah.
And
there is one thing that I do want to mention, though. It's weird that at one point Tanahashi was going up for the high fly flow, but before Sanada managed to push the ref into the ropes, it looked like he was falling off the ropes anyway.
Yeah, I think Tanahashi was almost like realizing something, which kind of felt weird, like maybe like a hesitation in his choice, almost as if he was kind of scared, which you don't see from Tanahashi a lot. It was very strange. But this match, I agree, it was so short. It was awful as well by that, because Sinatruth likes a decent time frame, and so does Tanahashi. We know he likes that, but if it's so short, both men can't grow into the match.
I'm pretty sure that this match was less than 5 minutes.
It was, yeah. It was about 4.5.
Yeah.
And it was fucking dreadful, that. Yeah. Whoever made this decision should have been punched in the face.
Yeah.
So
I think there's only one person it would have been, because Tanahashi wouldn't have booked himself to do this.
Definitely not.
But yeah, I guess that, and this is going to be a theme for the House of Torture. We're not, apart from Evil, we're not really going to have much to say in this show.
No, we don't. We absolutely don't.
But and then after this was the first of the long matches here. We had Yuya Uemura and Ryohei Oiwa. And this match,
so good.
This was a brilliant match.
It was. I was very impressed.
Yeah,
like we really got treated. in the best way, you know? Like it was so good.
Look, I've been saying for the longest time, I've not been the biggest fan of Oiwa, but this tournament he's kind of grown on me.
I was convinced on him from like early on, but I was like, this felt like an extra like, yeah, you've just continued to prove it, mate. Like,
Yeah.
you're just so good. I loved
And
it.
then
I really like this match.
And then Yuya as well in this match is just showing about how amazing he is and how he definitely will be the Tanahashi heir, if that's what you want to call it.
That's what I've always thought he was going to be. I think he is the heir to Tanahashi. I think he's the next ace. It's either him or Suji, I would say, is the next ace, but he's just like, he just reminds me of like the next Tanahashi. He just
For me,
like,
I feel like it's gonna be Yuya because Suji's more. I feel like he's got more about
Nakamura in him.
Just being an ace.
He's got a lot of Nakamura in him.
Yeah, is that I'd say
in a way.
I'd say that Suji's got a bit more grit in him. He's got almost too much grit to be an ace. He's got.
Yeah, I agree.
But this was a very like technical match. It was a lot of chain wrestling, which you don't really see these days.
No, you don't, and I don't know why, because chain wrestling is a fundamental part of the sport, and
yeah,
I hate that they take it away. And I'm like, no, I want to see people chain wrestle because I want to see if you can do the fundamentals easily. If you can't do the fundamentals, then get out the sport.
Yeah. And I guess, again, like I've been saying in this tournament, it also helps that you've got Zack Sabre Jr. in your faction.
Yes, because you can absolutely learn from him.
Yeah. But and despite all of that, Yuya Uemura is pretty good when it comes to all these grapples and counters as well. He's...
Motorcycle machine guns in Okada helps.
Yeah, that's very true.
He gets... Both of them have the best of learning from different varieties, and they pay off.
Yeah.
Yuya's that special.
Before he just decided to leave and not put anyone over for you.
Yeah, true. I mean, just look at Yuya Uemura on the thumbnail. He's actually cruising.
Yeah.
That man is reaching for the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
What a guy.
And I have no doubt that he will get there now.
Me too. Me too. I can't wait for him to just see him holding the title in front of Mount Fiji. The fun times. AFPW, American Fundamental Pro Wrestling, brother.
But yeah, but so far the results of this have put both Evil and Uemura on 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
And it had pretty much, and as we said, it eliminated Taichi.
It did,
and pretty much eliminated Oiwa as well. Well, not mathematically, but pretty much eliminated him from this match too.
Yeah,
because it's hard to explain, but the rankings after this night were very, very confusing. To the point where there were 32 different scenarios to them. If you saw Chris Samter's tweet on it.
I did. It's very specific. It's only wrestling. It was this morning, so we recap. Like we watch a couple of nights, then we recap them. So today's action is now on New Japan World to watch, or Watch Wrestling, whatever you watch your wrestling content. It's on there now to watch.
And you have about 10 hours to. You've got about 12 hours to catch up before the next show tomorrow morning.
Exactly, which is so good.
So also, I would recommend after this stream, go and watch it.
Yes, because today's action was good.
Yeah,
questionably for some things.
Yeah, but on the whole, it was a good day today, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, Uemura wins this and does himself a load of favors. Oiwa loses and doesn't do himself any. That's pretty much how this match went.
Yeah, I pretty much called this match "Seal Your Own Damn Fate."
Yeah.
Because because fates were sealed 100%
Yeah.
in this match, and it's unfortunate, but it's how the circumstances work.
Yeah.
And he's had a good tournament, second only to Drilla Maloney in terms of newcomers into the tournament for excitement,
Yeah.
but he got robbed. Oiwa got
Definitely.
robbed of a chance to progress when he should have done, but next year I do think he'll progress.
Yeah, it's understandable he didn't progress this year because of who he had to lose to. But wait, hold on a minute.
Yeah,
I'm doing something right now. Yeah. What is it? Oh yeah.
he's just discussing Liverpool losing the Community Shield.
But yeah, I was saying it is very unfortunate but understandable as to why Oiwa had to lose. But I feel like definitely, as you said, next year he will be moving forwards.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it for sure. For some reason, my comment duplicated. I don't know why, but hey ho. I agree. I think we're in for some good fun on the.
And I've also noticed that Twitch isn't working again.
Sorry, what go for? Yeah, I it's like for some reason it's the titles. I don't get it. It's just really stupid. I wonder if I can try and add it in, but I don't know why it doesn't like it. See if I can make that work. If we can get it on Twitch, I'll be happy. Oh, there we go. We're now live on Twitch. I just hate that. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry. So to be fair, it's a community shit. I think obviously roles reversed and we lost. I know for a fact you would definitely laugh. I just don't care about the community shield. Our reward is fan satisfaction.
You don't need to be sorry now, Apple. You can be sorry when we win everything else this year.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting released.
Yeah.
The whole they won't get the R-Truth. They won't get the R-Truth treatment where they'll go, oh hey, well done, come back. No, like they're done.
But they'll tell you. But of course, if they do come back, they'll of course tell you that it was a work and it was all supposed to happen.
Yeah, don't believe them in the slightest.
Absolutely not. They are liars. Well, Triple H is a liar, but
yeah, he's a liar and he's a big ass gaslighter as well. I'm surprised he didn't blow himself up on the oven.
No. But yeah,
I want to see Karrion Kross just take a break from wrestling in general. I think he needs to take a break and just think about what he wants to do because he hasn't been interested in the business for quite some time. Whereas Scarlett Bordeaux can go anywhere.
He is an orphan now as well.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's true. Ashanti Adonis got released. Plain and
he's
simple.
Definitely going to TNA.
Yeah, he isn't even that good.
No.
Like he is genuinely crap. He should go to the Indies.
Yeah. Yeah. The main event of night 13 was Yota Tsuji and David Finlay. And this being night 13 proved to be very unlucky for one future Nakamura regen.
Yeah, this was the
questionable,
of surprise.
The questionable result, I would say.
That's one of my top picks. Yep, that is correct.
They basically set you up to fail in this match.
Yeah, I did say before the tournament. Obviously, my picks to win the tournament obviously was Evil or Tsuji, and my dark horse was like I said, David Finlay, etc. And they basically said like either you are Finlay and you're going home, or you're David Finlay and you've got a last chance to go through.
Yeah.
And Yota Tsuji, he did not stand a chance. Like the minute the bell rung, it was over. Like it was actually over when Finlay was making his entrance to the ring, in my opinion. Obviously, they know the result, but
I mean, no. For me, it was over the moment Finlay won his match before this.
Yeah, like you just knew that he was coming back. He was going to resurface, and it was good. Like his last couple of Finlay's had, despite a lot of losses, he's actually had a good tournament in terms of performances. But he's grew into the tournament, and rightly so, he's delivered really well.
And when we get to the final, we're definitely going to do a ranking of the best and worst competitors in this tournament.
Oh yeah, we are 100%. We are, and we know who's at the bottom.
Yeah, I think we can safely say the bottom three. In fact,
yeah, we'll exclude Gabe Kidd. We're going to exclude Gabe Kidd because he got like no chance.
It'll be a list of 17, and my bottom three would be Narita, Okan, and Sanada.
Yep, 100%. Same for me.
But we'll definitely get into that when we get to that point.
Yeah, we've still got a week to go.
Yep. A week, and I think it's
next Sunday.
Yeah, but I think it's only like 3 shows. I want to 4 shows.
4 shows, yeah. Because you got the playoffs and all that as well. But yeah, we're getting there. We're cooking.
Yeah. And also on that, I do want to say that they did clarify this year. It is A2 versus B3 and vice versa for this year.
Oh, so they've actually confirmed it this year compared to the last time when they had it all ordered out badly. Good. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
He's gonna win, Abu.
Yeah. You don't have a choice, unfortunately. He's going to win the tournament.
Evil is he has put the submission lock on the win, and he's taking it. End of.
Yeah. But yeah, Finlay, I guess he stole Tsuji's curb stomp, which was a sight to see. I never thought I'd see Finlay jumping off the ropes.
Me neither, and I'll give credit to him as well because he actually makes it look so clean.
Yeah, I was actually a big fan of this finish as well. With
Me too.
Finlay hitting Tsuji with a knee as he was going for the Gene Blaster and then hitting the overkill to win.
Yeah, like it was almost like it reminded me of a match. I'm trying to remember who it was that he was up against, but there was a match. Was it a knee or was it a kick? It was Edge when he was in WWE, and he ran at someone to do the spear, and someone just kicked him square in the face in mid-run, and it completely stunned him, and then he got like knocked on his arse, finished to lose, and I'm like, I need to see someone do that to Yota Tsuji. Someone just needs to hit him with a strike and just see if it stuns him.
Yeah. But yeah,
judges asking, what's your favorite wrestling company to watch?
Honestly, at the minute, New Japan, I'd say.
Yeah. Normally, I would say TNA, but just for the inconsistencies and things I don't like, I do like watching AEW, but they have a few things as well that I'm just still trying to grasp. But mostly, it is New Japan.
Yeah. But yeah, those results had us with Evil and Yumura on 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Tsuji, Tanahashi, and David Finlay, who were the most likely 8-pointers to go through because of the tiebreakers.
Yep.
And Oiwa, who were the rank outsiders, you'd say.
Yep.
And then you had Taichi and Sonada on 6, who were both eliminated.
Yeah.
So what were your overall thoughts on Night 13?
What's up, Bleach? My overall thoughts on Night 13 is Night 13 had the strongest amount of wrestling so far to date. I think, obviously, until we get to the other two, but in terms of like what we've covered so far, Night 13 definitely was the strongest. The development of the block standing for Block A really took a lot out, and it added more substance to the tournament because we didn't know theoretically who was going through. I really fucking enjoyed what we got from this event. My only criticism from Night 13 was too many short matches. We should have allowed some of these matches to develop into a longer, more enjoyable show. But apart from that, the wrestling overall was good, especially from the two mains. And thanks very much, Judge. Appreciate it. My biggest take from this show is the best performer, in my opinion, of the show was Evil.
Yeah.
And Evil doesn't get a lot of praise on here, but obviously there's a reason for that. But Evil 100% was by far the best of Night 13. And honestly, as well, I don't know what you think, but he actually was a contender to be best performer of today's action. He wasn't, though, in my opinion, but he was definitely a contender.
He could have been. Yeah. So then we move on to Night 14, which we had El Phantasmo versus Yoshihashi. We then had versus Drilla Maloney. And then we had Ren Narita and Shingo Takagi.
We're not covering that.
No, absolutely not. And then the main event, we had Shota Umino versus Konosuke Takeshita versus.
Yeah. I'm going to put it out there right now. There's one result on this entire show that really pissed me off.
Yep.
Like, the fact that I get it, Roy Oiwa is not going through, but why did you bitch Drilla Maloney like that? That made no sense at all. To the higher ups in the booking at New Japan, you fucked up on Night 14. Like, they really fucked up.
Yeah.
I was actually fuming as well by the result. Like, probably the most angry I've felt the whole tournament so far was seeing Drilla Maloney lose a match that he didn't even need to lose.
No. Well, I mean, the way that they the one saving grace from that is the way that they did it actually kind of made sense.
Yeah.
In the sense that he has his bicep thing that he's been going through for the last year now.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't know if that's like a thing that's reoccurred or if they were just using that as a reason to get Zack the win in the way he won, but it was definitely something interesting to see.
Yeah, I think it was more of a. I think it's more the excuse part. I think just say, well, he's not ready yet.
More of a device plot than an actual injury more.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then we had the Yoshihashi and El Phantasmo match, which was a fine match, but I couldn't really get into it because neither of them are going through, so it's just a whatever match for me.
Yeah, this was just a do you want to show up and compete match because you've still got a match left. That's all it was for me. It was,
and they didn't even
give
a chance, didn't he? They didn't even give Yoshihashi a chance because El Phantasmo just won this match. It's almost like pretty much ever since Phantasmo got eliminated, he's just been invincible.
Yeah, I didn't like this at all because Yoshihashi actually had a very good chance to progress as well from the tournament until they started giving him random losses that I'm like, why on earth would you move about? Like, it makes no sense. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
Like,
It was
looking
really
at
disturbing.
his record, he's lost to Ren Narita, Driller Maloney, and Shingo Takagi, as well as El Phantasmo. Wait,
Mhm.
no. He's lost to Shota Umino, El Phantasmo, Great Okan, and Takashi Great.
Yeah.
Like the Great Okan loss, that should never have been a thing. And I don't understand
Mhm.
why he's lost to El Phantasmo Overload.
No, it makes no sense to me. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. Alrighty, how are you doing, Thomas?
And it's
Absolutely
like
no reason to.
he's still putting on all of these good matches, and he's just
Mhm.
getting no reward for it.
Oh yeah, 100%. They just don't make any sense to the booking standpoint. They don't make
Like
any
this, like Spirit of
sense to the
Goto has been
creative
well
point.
and truly extinguished.
Yeah. This was the level of the punishment that makes no sense.
Like the Spirit of Goto has been well and truly extinguished in this tournament now.
I agree. Sucks like, but
Yeah. And then after that, we got into the Maloney and Zack Sabre Jr. stuff already, which made no sense to me.
yeah.
And again, weirdly, another short match between the two. Like it felt like the match should have been longer than it was.
Yeah, I don't know why this one was so short. It's it's 3 wrestlers, Abo.
Yeah.
Great question though. But it's free.
But no, it is 4 because it is 4. There's 2 in each block
Oh wait,
that go to
sorry,
the
yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, yeah, my bad, yeah. 4, yeah.
But there's 3 people from each block that go through, but to
Yeah.
the next round, in a sense.
Mm-hmm. The
And
only
there's
problem
pretty
is,
much
though, is they've not made it entirely competitive
no.
from one block, unfortunately.
Yeah, and now it's pretty. And now I don't even know how anyone can get through it at this point.
Oh, I truly don't know.
I don't know how anyone on 8 points can get through. That's how weird it is.
Because there's not a lot of the tiebreakers. I don't think
Because
actually
it's
stand
pretty
out.
much because there are 2. I feel like there are 2 spots that are pretty much guaranteed. It's going to be Zack Sabre Jr. and one of Ren Narita and Konosuke Takeshita. Because
Yeah, and
obviously Takeshita and Narita face each other. Because
I think it's gonna be Ren Narita. I
I
hope
don't
it's
think it will
not,
be.
but
I don't think it will be. There's no way that Takeshita's losing to Ren Narita. I can't see it. That.
True, but look at the way Ren Narita also started the tournament. I think maybe we'll say he was gonna beat like say Shota and Zach back to back.
That's true, but they don't have the backing of Tony Khan there.
True, but he is also going to get a lot of influence on this final. That's the only thing. I don't know. I think it's going to be a confusing one.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure myself. If Takeshita would be the better option because Takeshita has better matches. We already know for sure that he is not winning the tournament.
No.
But it is strange.
But speaking of Takeshita, he had a main event loss to Shota Umino.
Yeah, losing to Shota is an embarrassment in the tournament.
Yeah,
because
like he's not like by all means by no means has he been the worst, but he's definitely the most disappointing, I'd say.
Yeah, for someone who's supposed to be a main eventer, he really has not taken this tournament seriously in terms of his performances. He's been coasting it. in the wrong kind of coasting. Like I
Yeah.
like somebody who coasts it but takes it seriously as a laugh. But Shota has been non-stop disappointing ever since he beat Zach. He's been a disappointment.
Yeah. We thought
It's
that was
almost
going to
like
be the kickstart to his tournament, but he's kind of just reverted back to type.
yeah, like I compare the Zach match to like in a way, Shota beating Zach is like he's finally got the person he really wanted, and then the next set of matches he was just with the cousins,
Yeah.
with the masks on or the bags on their heads. Like he was resorting to the ones that isn't actually wanted. Like he basically went from I have the prime, the precision, I have what I need to I'll take second place instead. I'm like, no, like if you just beat the world champion and you said that we're not even yet, well, you're not going to be even now because that's you.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, he sabotaged his own tournament, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I
And I
wouldn't
feel
mind
like,
that either, Abel. I wouldn't mind Finley winning, but he won't. I think,
and I do
it's
feel
definitely
like they
Reece.
need to go back to the drawing board with Shota.
You know what it
Like
is
they need
about?
to figure out what he's meant to be, because it still feels like to me that they don't have a clue still.
You know what it is for me with Shota? I think Shota had so much in the eyes of John Moxley that the minute Moxley is like, actually, I don't see enough of you anymore. I don't see it in you anymore. I
Yeah.
think that set him on a path to like you've went from potentially being a main event world champion to mediocrity.
Yeah.
And
also
losing
that
your
main, and
fans
also
along
I
the
will
way.
say that main event didn't do him any favors either at Wrestle Kingdom.
It did not. It's almost like he lost his own. He lost the fans, and that was
Yeah.
like I like Shota, but effectively for the whole tournament, why on earth should you like Shota? Because we said
Yeah.
that not too long ago. It's like if you are a fan of Shota Umino, you should be ashamed of yourself. Luckily,
Yeah.
I've been distancing myself from Shota a little bit, but I've been so disappointed with him this entire bloody tournament. And Fernando, to answer your question, should Zach go to AEW full time in a few years? No, he shouldn't. He should stay with New
And he
Japan. New
himself has
Japan
said that he's
needs
not going to
stars.
do this.
I don't think Zach would cope with American style of wrestling. I think he likes to do those matches as a one off, but that's not him at all. That's not him.
I mean, he said himself that but when he's done with New Japan, he's just going to retire and you'll never hear from him.
Yeah, he'll do a Mick Foley. Thanks. See you later. Goodbye.
Yeah. But yeah, this show was pretty much a big bit of nothing for me. It didn't do anything for me. It's probably the worst. Well, not the worst night of the tournament, but the worst night of this stretch of shows that we're doing.
Yeah, it was mid.
Yeah.
It's the exact same carbon copy as last week. The first
Yeah.
night was good, the middle was terrible, and then the third show we did was excellent. It seems to be a recurring
And
theme.
you know what the common theme is?
Ren Narita
Exactly.
and Shota Umino.
Exactly.
You put 2 double doses of mid shit on a show, and it's gonna stain it.
Yep.
It's like MJF as the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion. You just don't want to see it because it doesn't make sense for him.
Yep.
So that's why I compare Ren Narita and Shota Umino to.
Yeah.
Which sounds harsh, but it's true.
And then we got to today's show, which was thankfully a lot better, and we actually have things to talk about on this show.
Oh yeah.
And to start off, it was I guess we can talk about Taichi and Bolton. Like, this was a great match.
It was.
Of
What
course,
did you think of it, actually?
Again, I enjoyed the match, but obviously it's kind of immaterial to me because obviously Bolton wasn't gonna get through even with this win because the tie breaks are just not in his favor.
Yeah.
Again,
I thought we got
Bolton,
a lot
he's another sufferer of the rise of David Finlay in this tournament.
If it hadn't been for David Finlay doing a Jesus Christ, if you're a Christian, a Jesus Christ on Easter Sunday. David Finlay basically died at the start of the tournament, got memed, called David Pinley, and now
Yeah.
he's risen up. He's risen up at the end, and he's here to fucking pin everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, it's quite
until,
fitting.
until he loses to Tanahashi, who's probably going to finish third in the B block.
Yeah, it's very fitting. Weirdly enough, that it may not be his main. It may not be his main finisher now, but it's very fitting that one of his finishers is called Oblivion because he chose Oblivion for this last couple of matches.
I also think it's quite fitting that we could have a case where it's Finlay versus Takeshita in the playoffs because Takeshita's been through both of the War Dogs and beaten them in B block.
He has, and it would be so good.
Yeah. But yeah, Boltin and Taichi, this was a brilliant match.
Yes, it was. And this, I know I spoke about obviously Callum Newman and it was Taichi's best match earlier on at the start, but I actually think maybe I was wrong. Because holy shit.
Yeah. And it's important to note here that we said that Oiwa was pretty much set up to fail with the whole resurrection of Jesus Christ. But this Boltin Oleg win pretty much eliminated Oiwa from the tournament as well.
Yeah, that's him. He's out, unfortunately.
And to make things worse for him, he had to take a guitar shot to the head from Sinner Truth, who funnily actually didn't finish last in this tournament.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
Boltin Oleg is absolutely brilliant, Abu.
It's weird. Like this Sonada match was actually good because we didn't have to see Kanemaru like we did in the last one.
That was the best part because we were messaging back and forth, laughing like, "Where's Kanemaru? Where's Kanemaru? Yeah. What's going on? Kanemaru's not here." And then we don't get Kanemaru, and we're like, "Fuck yes!"
Yeah. Which now means that he's going to show up tomorrow. Yeah. And hopefully Rocky Romero can actually make himself useful for once.
Hopefully. I know I didn't say it to you last night, but there was a funny realization I got from not seeing Kanemaru. And it's that scene from Team America. And it's I want to make sure I get it right so I don't fuck this up for everybody. But there's a particular scene in Team America where he literally just gets the realization of the world that he's stepped into, and he's like,
"Yeah."
And you're like, "There's no Kanemaru."
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Like, it's exactly what we wanted. It was so good, and I honestly, I was so damn happy with this match. This match was worth it to the end. Like, I've got no dismay, no disdain about it at all. And I'll be honest, see Taichi, yes, Taichi hasn't progressed. Yes, Callum Newman hasn't progressed.
But yeah, because of this match.
Yep. But what they've done is both men have tied on the same amount of points.
Yeah.
And Callum is still finished above Sinatruth.
Yeah.
But it's only because of the tiebreaker, even though it doesn't really matter. But this was truly outstanding in terms of what we got. We were delivered an incredible performance.
Yeah. And again, like we've been talking about with Callum Newman's performances, I actually think that despite losing, he outperformed Tsuji in this match.
Oh, he outperformed him like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if it's a case of Tsuji trying to not overdo himself because obviously, spoiler, he is into the playoffs now. But
He is.
I was definitely more impressed in this match with Callum than I was with Suji.
Me too. I think I think Yota made a very straight. I think the way this match was done was they've actually made Yota wrestle defensive.
Yeah.
Like he went into more of a defensive style of wrestling, and I think maybe that's like we need you to learn this because
And you know what?
it's going to become
I'm very
important.
worried that I'm very worried that Suji is going to come up against Shota Umino in the playoffs and he's going to lose.
Mm-hmm. Because that's the only way that Finlay progresses. Because there's no way they're having Finlay beat Yota in a semi-final, for example.
No. Well, they can't do that anyway because they're in the same block and they're facing B block guys. One of them's going to face Evil, one of them's going to face probably Zack Sabre Jr. one.
So it would need to be the final then, and neither Yota nor Finlay are beating Evil in the final.
Finlay might get to the final, but he's not beating Evil there. He's not.
No, he ain't. No.
And if Zack gets to the final and loses to Evil, you might as well give Evil the belt there. You might as well.
I actually, you know what's funny? I actually would make the G1 like for the title.
No.
I think I would do a lot.
I feel like that should be like a stipulation where if the champion reaches the final, the match is for the belt instead of the G1 trophy.
Yeah, because then at that point you can have a build up to Wrestle Kingdom, and how fitting would it be? And we talk about it in smart ways. What if what if the main event of Wrestle Kingdom, if it was Zack versus Evil for the G1 and they made it the world title match, what if Evil as champion ended Tanahashi's career?
Wow.
I can't lie, that actually would be an incredible story because I don't think Tanahashi's retiring with a win. I think he will lose his last match.
I feel like if he's going to lose his last match, he's going to lose it to someone young.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll have him up against that new guy that's debuting at Wrestle Kingdom.
That's where I think it's going.
I wouldn't mind if it's him because that'd be a good way to start his career. He gets a win against the Ace. Yeah. That would be truly special.
And it would be a good launching pad to see how he gets on in the next year.
Yeah. Also depends on what happens with Suji as well, because it could be Suji. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be David Finlay. I don't think David Finlay is going to be asked to be Tanahashi's final opponent. I think he would put his name forward, though.
Yeah.
For me personally, if it was allowed, there's only one person I would want to be his final opponent. We're not going to get Okada versus Tanahashi, but I hope some way, somehow, Nakamura gets to be a part of this retirement tour. Nakamura, for me, should be Tanahashi's final opponent.
I mean, they could give him Kenny Omega if Tony Khan feels generous.
That would be nice. I would like that.
But yeah, speaking of Tanahashi, we have to answer a question. And that question is, do you trust Evil?
No.
Well, you'll be happy to know that you can't trust Evil because despite him saying that he would fight fair, he did not fight fair. He did.
He sucked people in. People were actually, if you look at the quote tweets on his comments, people were actually saying he is going to fight fair. Like, he is going to stand up and fight Tanahashi honorably. And I'm like, do you guys not pay attention to New Japan? Like, these guys wrestled. Like, the start of Tanahashi's retirement tour, his first match in the retirement tour was against Evil at Wrestle Kingdom 19 in a fucking lumberjack match, and Evil fucking embarrassed Tanahashi. He didn't win, but he embarrassed him. Like, do you really think he's going to fight fair? Evil fighting fair is like the end of world hunger. Or nuclear weapons being permanently destroyed
or in this case, the removal of Hamas.
Or the removal of Hamas, yeah. Like, if you honestly think it's going to happen,
it's not.
Give your head a wobble.
Yeah. And again, here we had Evil working on Tanahashi's knees.
he really took it to him. Like, I actually think, see, if you look at the midway point of the match when he starts like dropping knees and shit,
Yeah.
I actually think Evil decided, you know what? I actually don't care if I win this. I want to cripple him.
Yeah.
It looked like he was trying to cripple Tanahashi, and I
Yeah.
was like, is it weird that I was actually saying I'm here for this?
Go on. Yeah.
Like, I actually
I mean,
was here. I'm like,
someone's got to teach him a lesson if he's not going to stop doing all these flashy moves.
exactly. If you're gonna keep doing all these dives, if you're gonna keep doing the sling blade that you can't do anymore, well, here's a lesson for you. I'm going to beat the living shit out of you. And Evil undisputedly got what he really needed.
Yeah. And he just completely whooped Tanahashi in this match.
He mugged him. Tina, hello, although I've got a feeling I know what type of account that is. But yeah, like that was seriously good shit by Evil, and
then again, he put the Darkness Scorpion in not to make him submit, but to hurt him even more than he did before. But
great strategy.
But then, of course, we had Dick Togo and Farley come out with a chair.
Yeah.
And Evil, well, for all intents and purposes, pretended that he wasn't going to use the chair.
Yeah.
And then Tanahashi took it off him. And then he decided to give Tanahashi a good old Mr. Fuji to the eyes again.
Yeah, he mugged him. Tanahashi, being the proverbial babyface, he got sucked in. Yeah. And then he got dropped out. Like, Tanahashi got sent to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah. And not only did this guarantee Evil winning the block, it also did Suchi a favor and guaranteed that he'd be going through as well, guaranteed.
Absolutely. It's crazy enough when you look at this block. We spoke about how crazy the block would be in terms of points. Yeah. Evil is the only person in the G1 to finish on 12 points.
No, not necessarily. Zack Sabre Jr. is on 12 points now.
Sorry, yeah, he is on 12. Sorry, yeah. But the same way, like undisputed, of course. Actually, is Zack on 12 or is he going to be on 12?
No, Zack's on 12. If he beats Yoshihashi, he'll be on 14.
Fuck. So Zack Sabre Jr.
And that's with Zack losing his first 2 matches as well.
Yeah, because he's won every match since.
Yeah.
Yep, it's the exact same Dick Togo Zodiac. He's been around for a long time.
It's never not going to be as Dick Togo Zodiac, is it?
Yeah. That man just doesn't disappear.
No.
We're begging for it now, but we're not getting it.
Yeah. And then we got to the main event of Finlay versus Uemura, and Yuya could not defeat Jesus on this night.
Tina, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I guess it doesn't look like the kind of account you thought it was, I guess.
Yeah, I'm actually quite glad with that. I keep stupid slowness on this, but yeah, I'm very well, thank you. I hope you are too. Thanks very much for asking. I forgot that he was actually on 12. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, it's been a good tournament for Evil.
It has. And like you said earlier, it's also been a good tournament for Finlay, who managed to also escape this block.
Yeah. For everybody, if you want to see, of course, these are this. Obviously, we're going to review the remaining matches, but this is the actual standings.
Well, to be fair, there is only one remaining match, and it's the main event.
Yeah, we'll do that, and then I'll bring the standings up officially for everybody.
So essentially, Finlay was very assertive in this match, as he wanted to make sure that he got through. Obviously, like that was his sole purpose in this match. It wasn't there was no arrogance, no cockiness. He was completely focused on getting the job done, which is something very rare from him.
Yeah, it was business.
Yes. Definitely.
Abu, what a name. He has put me into shame.
Yes. Shame on Apples.
Tina, thank you. There's plenty of them on Twitch. That's why I was a little bit unsure. So thank you. Fernando, we will, once we see the standings, we will do some predictions, but it won't contribute to the predictions championship. But we will do some predictions in the build up to the finals, yes.
Yeah. I say the G1 and the G1 is too difficult of a tournament to do predictions for.
Oh, it's so hard.
I guess you could incorporate the New Japan Cup into the predictions, but even that's a stretch, I'd say. Even
yeah, we could do that. I'm alright with that, actually. Yeah, absolutely, I'm cool with that.
Because it would really have to test it. That would really test your knowledge there.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, Finlay, he was very urgent in his offense in this match.
He basically chose not to be. It reminded me of Finlay when he first won the Never Openweight title.
Yeah, like it was just brute force.
Yeah, like he stepped into the past. It was almost like he went through a time machine.
Bombs, loads of power bombs, loads of just heavy hitting offense.
And the Oblivion.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Which again, I'm still disappointed that doesn't get wins.
Yeah, like it's an incredible move. And when obviously it's a lot of damage on his own knee, but the way he delivers it, that would knock any fucker out. It should be he should realistically have two finishers. The overkill absolutely keep it as a finisher, but his Liger bomb is a great signature. He should keep his own version of the Liger bomb, keep as a signature, but he should also have the Oblivion as a finisher. I hate that it's becoming like a styles clash. Oh, Josiah's laptop's died. Oh, that's unlucky. I will wait for him. At least he can hear me. The manner of it for me, though, is his move pool in general. It should be that. He should have two finishers, the Oblivion and the Overkill. My man gets it. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. It does. Tina, thank you so much. Thank you so much. There we go. He's back. Come on. Imran. Waiting for it. There we go. Putting him back in his seat. This segues perfectly into the very convoluted standings. But yeah, standings are crazy. There we go. The standings are actually crazy. Like I've actually got them here because obviously I put them on. I uploaded them on the channel. I might do a weekly Steelchair Twitter account just solely for the Steelchair. I think it might be easier than my own one. But this is the standings, ladies and gentlemen, of the G1 A block because obviously A block is concluded first. So these are the standings.
Which again, I'm surprised that they didn't do them both together.
Yeah, I thought they would have done that. So,
Thank
of
you,
course,
Fernando, by the
right in
way.
the set. Yes, absolutely. Welcome back indeed. So, obviously, just to make it clear for everybody, these are your participants. These are the main three: Evil, Finlay, and Yotasuji. Of course, Yotasuji and David Finlay have progressed to the quarterfinals, and Evil has automatically progressed to the final. And the standings are as follows. For everybody on screen, I will let you run that down. There you go. So, of course, winning the A block, ladies and gentlemen, it's Evil with 12 points. With 10 points.
Hooray.
Yep. With Evil winning the A block, we have qualifying with him. We have David Finlay and Yotasuji. They will go to the quarterfinals on 10 points. They've progressed because of the tiebreaker and the head-to-heads. Yuya Amura, of course, did not progress due to head-to-head. Obviously, certain defeats cost him. Bolton Oleg, the exact same. Tanahashi, Oiwa, Callum Newman, and Sinatruth all finish on 8 points. And Tai Chi, the proverbial stripper who plays his own music, he has finished on 6 points.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, he deserved 8.
Yeah.
He
Well, he
deserved
deserved 10.
Yeah, he did. He did.
But
What
we
is
can't
your
have
overall
nothing,
thoughts on the block?
Well, it was pretty much as I thought it would be, really.
Mm-hmm. What's crazy is we actually predicted. I think we predicted these three as well. I think the same three.
Yeah, and it just goes to show that sometimes predictable isn't always bad, isn't it?
Agreed. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know as well, let me just drop this for 1 second. If you want to know the next set of matches we will be covering, I will bring these up now, which is night 16.
Yes. Wait. Yeah, night 16.
Yeah, night 16 card. There we go. So, and we're in for an exciting main event. We had an exciting main event obviously today, 23 minutes, 1 second, which was David Finlay and Yuya Umura. But tomorrow, this is our card, and I already know for a fact you are gonna sigh like fuck.
Yeah.
Because this is tomorrow's card. Your 4 matches, and there's only one good match. And that's Shingo versus Driller.
Yeah. And that's the first match, I believe, in this.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much as soon as that match is over, you can turn the show off and nothing else matters. You can
pretty much. If anyone wants to see it as well, obviously these are the current blocks in form, but this is block B, and block B is actually quite confusing as well in terms of progression. Now, unfortunately, one person who is eliminated because the clowns and creative have ruined it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, win or lose. Well, even if he wins tomorrow, Driller Maloney is out. Actually, to be fair, even against Shingo, actually,
no,
yes,
that's not completely true because he beat Shota and Ren Narita. So if they both lose and Driller wins, he goes through.
And I don't think he is the way they did it. The way they've done the last couple of matches, I think Shingo's going to beat him.
Yeah, probably.
I hope I'm wrong, though. I want him to go through. Unfortunately, this knob cheese has progressed.
No, again.
Oh, currently.
If he loses, he's out, basically.
Yeah, but on current basis, he is through.
Yeah.
Sadly, and so is this knob.
Yeah. It's like we can't escape it. One of them is going through one. Yeah, again, unless they both lose and Driller beat Shingo.
Yeah. We're gonna certainly find out tomorrow, but one thing is for sure, the champion has progressed. He is safe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's safe, but he's not guaranteed to top the group. He's not.
Yeah, they might.
But in this scenario, the only person that I'd want to see do it is Shota, because Ren doesn't deserve to win anything, doesn't?
I agree. What do in terms of the matches? Obviously, Shingo versus Drilla. I'm going for what I hope to see. So I'm praying Drilla Maloney wins tomorrow.
Yep, 100%.
Yoshihashi versus Zack Sabre Jr. Do you think they're going to give Yoshi a send-off result, or do you think Zack will beat him?
No, Zack wins.
Shota Umino versus Middle Khan.
I'm not watching it, so I don't care. I will tell you that now. I'm not watching it because the match that they've had at the New Beginning was awful, and they just
I agree.
don't interest me at all.
No, I agree. And lastly,
if Takeshita doesn't win this match, I'm not watching the rest of the tournament.
I don't blame you. I do not blame you, because it actually could be very detrimental to the tournament if he does lose. It'll actually
the only saving grace is if Narita wins that, he definitely will be losing the next thing, because they're not going to do Evil versus Narita in the final then.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that covers the G1 stuff. But this now means that we have something very special for you.
Yes, it does. So, Abelson, can everyone in this chat join together and invade New Japan? We are Steelchair Wrestling Elite. I quite like that. That's actually quite a cool name.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Yes, we have something fun for you guys. So, let's make it so. What we're going to do is we are going to... You're welcome, Abel. The show's not over yet. This is the fun part. So, what we're going to do is... I'm just going to quickly load up messages I sent to Josiah, because obviously it works from here. But basically, what we kind of prophesized is... I'm actually going to copy the exact name of this and put it as a banner and put it on screen for everybody. Oh, hold on. He's not frozen again, has he?
No.
Oh, you're there. Good.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it as a banner on the screen for everybody. So it's... because I actually do like... It was just random. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've prophesized a little storyline that we think would be very good for New Japan going forward. And we want to see just what could we get from it. So we are going to... Now, obviously, the House of Torture is the faction that Evil is the leader of. And we've been thinking that maybe they can do something different. And because the faction, quite frankly, ruins New Japan.
Yeah.
So we thought, as a interesting way going forward, what if this became a reality? Now, at the start of the year, as we briefly mentioned when we discussed the Tanahashi versus Evil match, at the start of the year, Tanahashi obviously declared he was going to retire at Wrestle Kingdom 20, which is January 4th, 2026. Now, Evil, of course, took offense to this. No worries, big man. Evil took offense to this, right? Saying, well, if that's your plan, then I'm going to deny you the right to retire. I'm just going to beat you now, and then that's it. You can just leave. Retire early, go do your presidential stuff, and be done with you. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I think it's time. When you get an opportunity, of course. But I definitely agree. I think maybe it is time. So Tanahashi confirmed that he is going to retire. Evil took massive offense to it and said, "Absolutely not. I'm going to beat you, and then you're going to done altogether." They had a lumberjack match at Wrestle Kingdom, and as we said, Evil embarrassed Tanahashi. He didn't get the result, but he embarrassed him, and with that, led to here we are now. Tanahashi effectively is the president of the company, but Evil wants to run New Japan the way he sees fit. So what me and Josiah kind of as a way of thought, what if Evil goes to hell with the House of Torture? Ren Narita, Duque, Dick Togo, Kanemaru, Sinatruth, Bad Luck Fail, everybody else in the faction, he just goes to fuck with you. I'm done. And he absolutely tears them all apart one by one and then disbands the faction. And he basically becomes the dictator of darkness because he calls himself the Prince of Darkness. The sole dictator of darkness. He puts a dark cloud all over New Japan. Similar to Okada when Okada ran the whole fucking thing when he was world champion. What if Evil is the oppressive presidential villain to Tanahashi? Both two presidents, one for the purpose of New Japan to progress and develop into the future, the other to solely wreak havoc, cause chaos, and plant the organization in a new way that destroys the image of New Japan as we know it. What if Evil can cast a light on New Japan that they can't recover from? So that's something that I obviously have proposed as an idea. And that was just something that we spoke about last night. But the funny thing is, New Japan hasn't done a compelling story like this in a long time. And I actually think this works. And Abu, you fun if you say that. They would need to find their own Stone Cold to go against Evil.
They've got Gabe Kidd.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's between Gabe Kidd and Yota Tsuji. They're right there. It makes perfect sense. But I'm like, How do we do it? How do we get there? What could we prophesize to what we've added to? Because again, this was just a random thing, but we thought actually it could happen. If they just do it, it could happen. He just goes to hell with a House of Torture. This is just me now.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Okay, so what's the starting point?
For me, it's avenging the loss of Tanahashi. Wrestle Kingdom.
So this Wrestle Kingdom 20, Evil beats Tanahashi and retires.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it would be really cool. Avenge the loss from this year.
Okay. So for me, I think that you have Wrestle Dynasty. I would say Wrestle Dynasty, you do whoever the AEW champion is versus Evil.
Okay.
And then Evil loses because House of Torture's interference backfires.
I like that.
Then you get to New Year's Dash, and then that's where Evil does the whole disillusion of House of Torture thing, where he just decides, you know what, I don't want or need you anymore, get lost, and I'm going to do it by myself.
Yeah.
And then
I agree.
at the new beginning, whichever one it is, Osaka or whichever one it is, it doesn't really matter. He's going to lose a title match to, I assume, Goto, who, let's just say Goto somehow wins the title back and he holds on to it. And then this loss sends Evil into just a rage. So on the build up to the New Japan Cup, he's just kind of similar to what Kane did when he debuted, where he just comes out in random matches and just beats everyone up and loses.
I agree. And with that, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm actually... because I want to give it a good bit of... let's call it... I think everybody will enjoy it if we do it this way. I've titled it on Excel as the new regime, just because it sounds so wicked. But I'm just making.
It does sound cool.
That. Yeah, I think that actually sounds better. That check. Oh, nice. I've hidden every single column. Except
Nice.
for this one. We've only got column A. That's all I need. Okay, so we've got that. Check. So... kinda in a way Doctor Doom-ish, but not full on because Evil won't be a repeat cast. Which is just absolutely crap.
Yeah.
And in a way it would be long-term storyline, like storytelling, but it would be storytelling that just grants a bit of creative expression.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing Evil actually does do quite well, it's creative expression.
Yeah. Like, I definitely think that when Evil retires, he's definitely got a good mind for a creative direction of a company.
I agree. There we go. And I'm just going to go this, share. Okay. Making it easier by putting up on screen. Just doing that. Sorry, guys. Just so we've got the room. So you want to start with, so I'll just put it in clear, begins after Evil gets the redemption.
Okay, I think it's also important to know, when does this end?
I haven't figured that part out yet. I think we can all do that right now. Figure it all out here.
Okay, I'd say maybe after the G1, I'd say, because if he's going to win it this year, I feel like the next G1 would be a good point to end it on.
Okay. Well,
But we
put
can
that as
obviously start it at Wrestle Kingdom and then go till that week.
yeah, I'm happy with that. There we go. In fact, I don't like that color anymore. It doesn't work for me anymore. There we go. Okay, let's do this. So, redemption win over Tanahashi.
Yes.
So, we'll put that Evil wins at Wrestle Kingdom 20.
Yep.
Okay.
So who do you think the AEW champion is going to be by the time we get to Wrestle Dynasty? Man? Do you still think it'll be Hangman?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So Hangman Page versus Evil. That will be the Wrestle Dynasty match. And then Hangman will win.
Yeah.
Obviously, I guess this would be assuming that MJF probably still has the contract then.
Yeah.
But obviously they're never gonna cash that in on a non-AEW show then, so that doesn't really matter then.
I agree.
Although it would be nice to see that happen, but it just won't. It would.
Oh yeah, it would. There we go. So Hangman wins.
And then the next night on New Year's, that's where Evil just gets rid of the rest of House of Touch and
yeah.
And I would say, to make it really, just for the sake of continuity, he gets rid of everyone except Dick Turco.
Yeah. I like that, yeah. He has to keep someone close to his chest.
Yeah. And it makes sense for it to be Dick Togo because that's who he brought with him when he joined Bullet Club in the first place.
Yeah, he brought him into the fold. Yeah.
So I'd say the new beginning. I said he loses to Goto because I'm giving him the title back if at all possible. Well, he doesn't drop the title. He isn't the champion at this point.
Or we haven't even not win the G1 then.
No, yeah, he's not the champion at this point. He loses.
Okay. So new beginning, Evil just loses to Goto.
Yeah. Because in my mind, Evil's gonna do what Zack Sabre Jr. did and try and win the title early, and he's gonna lose it.
Good idea. And this is for the world
and then that's how you get the Evil versus Tanahashi match at Wrestle Kingdom. Because it's gonna be like if I can't have a title shot at Wrestle Kingdom, I want the next best thing, and I want to retire you.
That makes sense. There we go.
And then after this match, in the build up to the New Japan Cup, Evil just interferes in random matches and destroys wrestlers.
Yeah.
And actually, I would want to add a point to that. No
Mhm.
one is able to stop his rampage until he tries to run in on David Finlay and he hits him with the shillelagh.
That works.
Because I do still want to keep the continuity of Finlay hating Evil Heath.
Fuck knows how the hell you spell shillelagh.
I just call it stick because that's what it looks like.
Yeah, fuck it. Everyone knows what we're talking about. We can't spell. I
Yeah.
can't spell that word for tofu. Just can't do it.
So then we get to the New Japan Cup, and obviously he's going to win it because that's how this story is going to progress. I don't know who he beats in the final, though. Let's just say he beats Shota Umino in the final because
That works.
why not? Just because it will make me feel better. Just and then it also gives Shota back-to-back New Japan Cup losses, and then gives him a real reason to need redemption for something.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's questions continue to be asked because they've already been asked at this point.
Yeah, it's true. Good idea. Actually, that because that's a big selling point, I'm gonna put that in as a big selling point. So I'll make that red, like especially for Shota specifically. Like, dude, the fuck's going on with you? I like that. I think he's crashed again. No worries. I'll take your suggestions from in here. So what do we think next? I like that. Ooh, I like that idea. I like that. That's good. Yes. I like the use of Amura as a challenger as well. It's a good way to stick it into him. I like that. It's a good idea. I think as well, when we get to the G1, I actually think Evil should lose the belt in the main event. Because I think the way we spoke about earlier on, I actually think he should lose the belt in the main event. But the question is, who will we do it with? Ooh, I love that. Oh, yes. That is a great idea, Josiah. Yeah. Yes. Love that, man. That is so good. Yes. We're getting somewhere in this storyline because it's getting good. Getting good. That's the good thing. So if we do the rebuff by Sanada and Ren Naria, he's still flat. It's all good, Roishin. All good. I like that. No, Glenn. It's not that B-Diff is overpowered. B-Diff is just... Speed is just fun. I know I am. I do try. I do try. Thank you. I think these are all great in general. I like that. What the? I try to make them that. Thank you. I certainly do try. It's not easy. I actually want to bring the Pokemon wrestling streams back. I've still got them, Glenn. I've still got them. Just need to find my red. Red, there's blue and yellow for you. Thinking I bring the Pokemon streams back tomorrow. What do you guys think? Yeah, so basically what I did, they're actually on the channel still, is I would catch Pokemon, but I'd have to call them names of wrestlers. So we could have like a Hitmonlee called Ken Shamrock, for example. Dick Togo costs Oleg the chance at the title while Gabe Kidd defeats Shingo. Ooh, love it. A Snorlax called Liv Morgan. Too big. I like that. Oh, 100%. No, more like Jigglypuff. Oh, thanks, Roy Sheen. That means a lot. Ah, never mind, it's not the dome. I just wanted to say dome for fun. Yeah, you can ask me anything. 100% you can ask me anything. Yes. That I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. I would absolutely call it Gengar Rhea Ripley. I think that makes perfect sense. Or we catch a Ghastly and then we lead it up to a Gengar and call it Rhea Ripley. And I know how to trade now, so I can trade on the games to do it. Like, I can trade on my PC back and forth. Can we call Hitmonchan Bret Hart? I was thinking that or Machamp. But Bret's so clever that I was thinking maybe Bret Hart should be Alakazam. Oh, Josiah, you've won comment the night with this. That's the aim. Is I always believe entertainment is the best way forward. But if you can have fun with anyone, that's the right way to go. So that's my aim: to be informative, have fun, and deliver good content. And thank you to everyone that does watch the channels. It really does mean a lot. He is. He is. Absolutely. I still don't understand the hate that Jake Lee gets. I don't get it. He is so good. Well, I've got a friend stream on the background, so I'm just giving them some support as well, like some watch hours. So you might actually hear them, but if you're getting the ASMR through my typing, I can't help that. Unfortunately, I wish I could, but reality of it. By free pile drivers and fair. It's mostly association through family, really, and after that, I just became so enveloped in the sport, and then that was it. I've just been a wrestling fan ever since. April 25th, 1999. Fun times. Yes, it was. That was fun. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say thank you to my co host for taking part in this because that was good fun. And I would like to now say that we're going to get out here, but I think for everyone's enjoyment, one thing is for sure. we will do more of these. We will be back with more content. Tomorrow, you know what? Actually, see tomorrow. You know what? Fuck it. Ugh, TikTok is now saying I can go live. I don't care. You know what? See tomorrow. We will do a Pokemon Meets Wrestling stream. We will restart the whole thing, and we will have fun. Who knows what it's going to be on, but I want to say thank you to everybody. And if you can, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll throw it. And also to my co-host, thank you for being here with me tonight. And peace out, y'all. Or is the new intro? I'll let the new intro take it from there. So stay in the chat until the intro's over, and then let me know what you think as you hear it officially. Because there was a teaser earlier on. Enjoy it in action officially as we close the show for your entertainment. And today, our time comes to an end. This has been another exciting stream. Thank you very much for watching. And also, remember, if you get cracked over the head with a steel chair, you're not going to get concussion. You're just going to come back here. Goodbye.